don't play at all. Yo, what's up, everybody? Hey, welcome back. Good? Oh, my bad, Bertie. Go ahead, man.
What's up with you, man?
I mean, you know me. I'm just going quick.
Hey,
we got a guest. I'm excited.
No doubt. Hey, but once again, back again. You know, it's Little Chocolate Drop, my homeboy, BHB.
Oh, yeah.
That head's still balling all by itself.
Back on the real, guys. You're back on the real. Keep talking about my big ass head all the time.
Man, that thing is about to be legendary.
We got guests today.
That joint about to be legendary.
We got a guest today.
It's going down in history.
Hey, guys, we have a very special guest this week with us. Another hometown boy, because we already told you, we highlighting people from our hometown. You know,
and the surrounding areas.
Yes, from our area, man. We are highlighting people from our area, man. People doing good things for the community. People are just good people, man. This week, you've heard this guy's father and his family be talked about a lot on this show. I want to welcome Josh Turkovich.
Thank you, gentlemen.
How you doing, brother?
Glad to be here.
Yeah,
also, I'm glad you're here, brother. I'm glad you get to be here with us.
You know, I had to take the training wheels off for you, Bruce.
Yeah, for
Listen,
real,
man.
yeah.
I asked this guy probably like 3 months ago. I said, Josh, man, we'd love to have you as a guest. You know, we talk about, check out his shirt, everybody. Mon Valley Phone Repair, baby.
No doubt.
We repping it. But I asked him a few months ago. He was like, I don't know if I want to do it, man. And then about 3-4 weeks ago, I got a text. He was like, yo, put me on the show. He texted me and said, I watched every episode. I was up till like 4 in the morning. He was like, put me on the show, man.
That's my binge. That's my Sunday night.
Pulled up,
Sunday night, you know what I mean? And
kill some time now?
Yeah, I'm a terrible sleeper, so I'll be up 3-4 hours at night, in the middle of the night. 2 o'clock to 5, 2 o'clock to 6 kind of thing. So I'm just like, you can only watch so many Facebook reels and all that stuff. So I'm just like, man, let me see what these guys are talking about. And you just watch 4, 5, 6 episodes back to back to back.
Damn, you was binging
on
I'm
binging.
This is just a guy, he's, busy guy, got a lot of stuff going on. He finally got to it. Man, we appreciate the hell out of you. Know that, man. And I'm glad you come on.
Speaking of busy guy, how's your family? And
my family's great, man. Got two great kids, 7 and 3. Bryn is my my oldest, so that's my little girl, and then Luca, he's 3, so
he spit him out. For real.
He's,
dead on.
Yeah, they. I don't know that old saying: "Plant corn, get corn."
Right.
Hey, seriously, I don't know. Sometimes I look back, I just scratch my head like, damn, what the hell did what did I do? What I mean? But I got 2 great kids. I got a a loving wife who holds the family down.
How long you been married, Josh?
We've been married, man.
Oh,
don't you do
it. Let me think here.
Come on, dog.
We've been married since 12. We've been together.
He had other math.
Man, yeah. So,
he had other math.
I mean, we've been together 14 years, 13, 14
married
years.
11.
So married 11, 12 years, something
dope.
like that. So, glad she don't watch this stuff because she knows
just the hesitation,
she's gonna watch this one because you're on it.
But hey, since 2014 we've been married.
No
doubt. So what's that? 9, right? Yeah,
right, 9.
9 years. Yeah,
that's
so
right. Awesome.
Married.
Hey, we don't have problems with math. We understand, man. Get the.
I don't hear. I'm gonna tell you a secret real quick, dog. Listen to me. We've known each other a long time. Me and April, I don't know how she stuck with me 21 years. That's normally the question I get from most people. But that's the one thing I do remember is that year. Just make sure that sticks in your head, dog.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's my piece of advice for you on that.
Yeah, so it's crazy. Carly, she was really instrumental in my life when my dad passed. You know what I mean? So I have to think back, how many years has my dad passed? And then you know what I mean, then that's where she came into play because her and I were together before my dad had passed.
And real quick,
so
yep.
Can I
go ahead, please?
Well, that's great that you even brought him up because we gave the people our vision of your father.
Butch Turkovich, by the way, in the previous episodes, guys. You've heard the name several times.
Great up. Man.
So I wanted to make sure that name, Butch Turkovich.
Here go his blood. This is his blood. This is his blood. Yeah, this is his blood. Yes. We know what he was to us. What was he to you?
Man, an example. An example of what not to be.
Whoa.
Man, you know, my dad, he was an addict. He was a straight up addict.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah. And I'm not ashamed to say it, you know. I'm who I am because he was the way he was, you know. He's not here because of his addiction, you know what I mean? He was he passed because he needed multiple organs, you know what I mean? He had multiple organ failure. That was, that's what his cause of death was. He needed a liver transplant. He was one of the first dope shooters in this area.
Right.
You know, so IV drugs, he did it, you know. It was nothing for him to drink a fifth or two during on a Friday night. It was crazy. But yeah, you know, so what was my dad to me? That's a great question because he was an example. You know, he was an example of how you bring everything back together when everything's falling apart. You know what I mean? Like,
dope.
You know, what not to do in life, how to treat people. You know what I mean? Like he was just an example. He was a great person, you know, in his later life. You know, he made sure that other people were taken care of because he may have wronged people in his early life.
Dude, this is so dope, bro. This is you don't even understand what you're doing to me right now. But okay, and I'm so happy that you just said that. So knowing me, you know damn well, you know me more than probably just like any fucking, you know what I mean. You fucking know me. So the things that your father did for me, you feel like that was him trying to make up for the things he did in his past? Or was I too early?
No. So yes and no. That's a yes and no.
I'll agree with that there.
He would never let somebody that he knew follow his same footsteps, right? Not saying that you were going down a same kind of path because you were never in that situation.
You know me, you're allowed to say whatever
you know what I mean. But he made sure that you were taken care of at all levels. You know what I mean? You were a son to him. You know, I mean, for real, he had many sons, right? So,
yes.
You know, I mean, there were, it was crazy. We've broken bread at our table, you know, when I say at our table, at my mom's table, with so many different people.
I ate there once or twice.
You know what I mean?
I got one or two.
It could have been weekly for me. All the time.
Like, you know, I mean.
Yeah.
You know what? And the thing is, the cool thing is, the best thing is, you're sitting next to two dudes who didn't go through the same thing as you with their father, but there's so many different similarities in there.
Sure.
And you know, because you know, and we don't got to get into all that, but I want to say, when you the yes or no part about what you said to your question, that was so perfectly said, dude, because yes, they were trying to make up for their past mistakes, but I tell people all the time, my dad was a dude with a great heart for those he loved. If my dad had love for you, he would do anything for you, and that means get rid of somebody for you. You know, like in an instant, sure. And it would not have, he wouldn't have lost any sleep.
Sure.
If my dad had love for you.
Well,
and he got love for people because of how they treated him, whether they were a 10-year-old kid following around a bunch of 14-year-olds. What, you know, and they were at my house. I mean, the people that have been through my doors, you know, and I looked at my father a different way because he didn't treat me like that. when nobody was around.
Right.
It was different. I saw a different person when I was around, but then when I see and I talk to Curdy and I talk to Chad or PJ or Chuck or any of them people, you know, that knew my dad, they were like, you know, he was an awesome dude. Like, he was a straight up cool ass dude. Like, you know, and and I was like, he was an asshole. So I see where you're coming from, but I didn't want to run down that same alley. Yeah. But I did. I ran around I ran in some of them same alleys that my pops ran.
Well, sure, you know,
maybe more than I should have. And but the best thing about it is our fathers would be, all three of us would be proud as fuck of us.
No, I'm telling you,
from where
I've been said that, and you know, when he passed, I said
because
that.
Because where we're at now.
You and Nikki, like, for real, like, and I always said that, like,
ain't no doubt.
You guys were a great example. And the way you just put it even made it even better. Like, if that's how it was, and you know, I used to be there, I used to see the intensity that y'all used to have, but I never saw that under the cover shit. You understand?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So, and I used to, you know me, that was my guy. Y'all used to get into it. I'm on my guy's side.
Yeah,
you understand?
I mean, like, real, you know?
Like, no doubt, we used to get intense in there, and like, Josh, like, you just answered a lot of shit for me, man. You don't know how much I appreciate you just for that little one statement right there, because I didn't, and I didn't even understand. Your mother broke that down to me after he was gone. You understand, and I appreciated her for that, because Thomas Majors, that's a hero to me. You understand? Like, gave me style, gave me flavor. People that I thought never would even say a word to me spoke to me with respect because of that man, and that's me being totally honest.
For real, that's why you gotta say shout out to Butchie Turk.
Always,
right? He raised two great young kids.
Yes,
who have become
and did a hell of a job with it. Probably did a hell of a job with hundreds of others outside of his
plenty.
Life. Yeah,
plenty.
Period.
So we're gonna shout out to Butchie
team,
right?
Always.
Shout out Butchie team, man.
Always.
Amen, brother. But listen, so your pops did instill some shit to you, and that was a work ethic, man. Like,
for sure.
You got this business, man. Tell us, like, how did you get started doing this? And like, what was you doing? Like, what's your background a little bit? Like, you turned Mon Valley Phone Repair, and you that dude, man. Like, you that dude. Like, this is that guy. People, everybody, like, well, I mean, if you're from certain areas, you got a guy, right? Everybody got a guy for something. Like, you need something. Used to be that guy back in the day. Like, Josh Turkovich get you a DeWalt saw or chickens to the ballet.
Yeah, real shit.
You know what I mean? Like, Josh was that
Hey, since he was young, he always had a grind to him.
Like a hustler, this dude.
Josh, what you doing with that roll of money? Down there at Lucchese's.
A hustler, and he's put it in, and he's made a business where, man, you can make the rules, bro.
Hey, and give the people advice, man. Help them out. Keep trying to get to where you got to.
Bring your stuff,
man.
Bring your stuff to Mama. There's some advice, but tell them to get where you what they got to do to get to where you're at.
So you know, like you said, the work ethic. Growing up, there was just there was always a poem on our fridge. Don't quit. Mm-hmm. You know, so and the first line of it, because I don't know who actually wrote it, but when things go wrong, as they sometimes will, man, they always go wrong, right? Like, let's be for real.
Way more.
They go wrong.
Some more than others.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, and like, so being a business owner, you never know what's next in the pipeline, right? Mm-hmm. And that's probably one of the reasons why I don't sleep well, or I don't sleep you know, I don't sleep 6 to 8 hours at a clip, because I'll wake up and be like, damn, you know, what's next? You know, the numbers are down for, you know, this quarter. What do you do? How do you know, what do you know, yeah, right. You know, so
that stress,
always got a next move.
It is, you know, so, you know, I come from an IT background, so I have a degree in information technology.
Let's go.
I worked in what I, you know, quote unquote industry for, I don't know, graduated in 2005, worked in industry up through 2020. Started this quote, you know, this side hustle, right? So, and I won't even call it a side hustle. You know, RT, we all know RT.
Yeah, so we know.
Robert the Love.
You started telling telling me a story. I said save it for this.
So iPhone 4, I think it was the iPhone 4 or 4S or something, So RT drops his phone, breaks his phone, right? He calls me, hey, he goes, I need a favor. And RT and I, at that time, we were thick as thieves, right? Right. So I said, what's going on? So he explains, broke my phone, this and that. I said, man, I can't fix that phone. And he's like, come on. He's like, you can fix computers. You can, take a computer apart, blah, blah, blah. I was like,
he said, I can't fix that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell am I going to do?
Man, what year was this again?
This was 2012. I've been in business 11 years.
So phones were really only out, like, for real, like, mass probably like 10 years probably.
Yeah, so that was 12 years ago. They were on the 4 or 4S, So prior to that, it was just like a 3 and 3GS. For the iPhones,
Right.
So and then for like your Samsung people, that would be like your Galaxy S2, So Galaxy S2, S3 was, 12 years ago on the phones on that side. So long story short, RT's like, hey man, I broke my phone. Man, I can't help you. You know what I mean? He's like, come on, So he was stuck, right? So phones were $600 back then. You could walk into your carrier and, after your 2 years, get your new phone for free. That stuff's gone these days,
Yeah.
But so what do? I was like, man, I'll tell you what. I said, let me figure out if I can find parts. And then if I can find the parts, I'll buy a broken one, like Craigslist or something like that. So I did. I bought one off Craigslist, took that thing apart, right? So Carly, we were probably dating at the time, because them years kind of get to me, right?
They're a little fuzzy.
So I'm sitting at the table, right? I'm at my kitchen table, working on this $50 iPhone that I bought off Craigslist to see if I can fix it. So she's in the kitchen. She's like, why are you breathing so heavy? I'm like, I'm not breathing heavy. Like, I'm in a zone, right? Like, I don't got no music on because music is my life. I'm always about music.
Right.
So I'm in my zone. Like, I'm in there and I'm intense.
Nothing. You don't want nothing disturbing you.
Right. So 2.5 hours, I end up fixing the phone. First one, 2.5 hours, right? So I call RT. I'm like, hey, man, I was able to fix this phone. Bring me your phone. I said, but we got to have one stipulation. If I break this phone, you can't hold me responsible. Because I'm coming out of my pocket, $600, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of money, right?
Right.
So he's like, no, he's like, I'm stuck either way. So long story short, fix RT's phone. So then he tells somebody. They tell somebody, right? So now the snowball starts.
Yeah.
And talking to my uncle, who is a business owner, he told me one thing. He said, whatever you do, if you're going to start this business, get yourself a separate phone number. Now, my phone number, 6798, has always been my personal number.
Right.
So, I didn't listen to him, of course. You don't listen to people when they tell you stuff, right? So, the stove's hot, what do? You touch the stove.
You know everything, man. Get out of here.
Why would I have to do that?
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. So, so I don't do that. And at this time of my relationship, Carly and I are probably a year into our relationship. Shit. And it's 2:30 in the morning, right? So what happens at 2:30 in the morning?
Oh yeah, you getting them booty calls.
Shit, that's what she thinking.
That's what she was thinking.
So the phone rings and I think to myself, I'm in bed, right? And I'm sleeping good. And the phone rings and she's like, boom, hits me, right? I'm like, what? She's like, answer the phone. The phone's ringing. So I roll over. I'm like, I don't know this number. I'm not answering the phone.
Right.
You know
this hot temperature hot.
Some
shit I already know.
A year later, right? So I'm with this woman for a year now.
Right.
And
now
my
booty
phone's
call.
ringing.
It's 2:30 in the fucking morning.
Oh yeah, we already know.
So voicemail. So, voicemail leaves a voicemail. Hey, this is Megan. Dropped my phone and broke it at the bar. Was wanting to know if you could fix it. At 2:30 in the morning. Megan, you're about to throw everything.
I've been working this thing hard.
12 months.
So, but yeah.
I don't want to fix your phone and I don't want you to call my
Right. So, I listen to the voicemail. I don't have anything to hide.
Lesson from the door.
What I mean?
Yeah.
So let's see who it is. Let's see what it is.
Right.
Put it on speaker. Well, she's like, what is going on? You know what I mean? Like, and she didn't realize, and I didn't realize either. You know what I mean? Like, this is just, I helped a friend out, and then it kind of, I helped your buddy out and your buddy out, and then, so,
same thing you always did your life. Go ahead. That's crazy.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Just snowball shit.
Yeah,
so just that hustle, that hard work. So you still got your job. You're moving into this, man, right?
Right.
Like, you did both at the same time for a while,
for a long time, yeah. So, like I said, it was just helping out, right? So I help out. It kind of evolves into a little bit more. I pick up now what is my personal phone number, and I send this 6798 number to Google Voice. Mm-hmm. So the phone's like ringing, and then I put like a little message on there like, hey, you've reached the phone guy and blah blah blah. Like now it's starting to like evolve a little bit, I talked to an attorney friend who helps me. We registered like the fictitious name and did all that kind of stuff. So now it's really starting to materialize into a side business, right? So I do the first 4 years of my business out of my bedroom of my house. So this room that we're in right now is a lot smaller. You know what I mean? Right. So, my bedroom is a lot smaller. So I'm in the third bedroom of our house, just turning little screws and stuff like that. Still working, my IT job in the city, and I'm traveling back and forth. So, excuse me, I'm doing an hour, a couple phone repairs this night, couple phone repairs that night.
Right.
So it blows up, and our first daughter, or our first child, was born, Bryn. So Bryn's born, and this is in 2016, and Carly didn't realize what was going on at the house, but if you were my neighbor, you thought I was trash. You know what I mean?
Hey, dude, he got that.
I got that shit over there.
Coming in and out.
Yeah. I mean, and like,
because of appearance, boy. Hey, look, we say it all the time. Don't judge a book by its cover, my man. Come on.
Yeah. So
that's dope.
So you think it's I'm holding it down, right? So so my wife is on maternity leave with the baby,
right?
And this doorbell, bing, 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 and she said to me, she said, Josh, she said, you got to get out of here. This baby can't even take a nap, right?
You gotta move this.
So I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, now what do I do? I'm still working a full, I'm still working a full-time job, but this business is just getting, it's just getting busier and busier, and then people are coming to the house with like iPads. iPads back then were $600, $700, $800, and let's be for real. I'm from Menneson, right?
Right.
So now I got someone from. We won't name other cities. You know what I mean? 'Cause I don't want to discriminate.
Just someone maybe a little more affluent.
Sure. Because Menneson got a bad rap.
Yeah. Menneson got a bad rap.
So, and we'll get into that because my business is located in Menneson.
Right.
Yes. So dope.
So they're bringing me their iPad, right? And it's a $700 or $800 iPad, and they say like, I'm a little bit nervous to leave this here with you, so I just give them the benefit of the doubt, and I ask why, and they said, well, this is an expensive device. I said, you're right, but you're bringing it to my home. I can't pick up and leave my home. You know what I mean? Like, and I say, more importantly, like, who told you about me? And like, they'll go, you'll tell me, like, Birdie told me.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if I did good by Birdie, Birdie's not gonna, you know what I mean?
Right.
Birdie's not gonna put you out to dry.
Right.
So it materializes, and I buy a building in Menneson, downtown Menneson, for $7,000. Bought the old Steel City Grill,
Right.
So. I mean, it needed a lot of work, but from a couple good friends like Chris Rome, JoJo Heath, my uncle, some blood, sweat, and tears. Probably damn close to a divorce. I'll be for real.
Yeah,
my wife was at home with the baby. I'm working full time, and then I'm going down there. You know what I mean? And I'm working. You know, like we pretty much
them struggles.
You know,
man. Everyday struggles, man.
The struggle.
You gotta, because a lot of people don't. You what you're basically saying, like one big thing, man, and I don't think a lot of people realize, man, like sacrifice. You had to sacrifice a lot of things.
Because to us it looks golden.
Yeah.
Like
from the outside,
if you're not sitting here telling us, man,
your customers, of course,
I never knew you was close to the divorce, like, and your wife went through all that shit. No. And your vision came in a totally different thing than most people. You understand what I'm saying? Like, real shit. The way you did this, like,
sacrifice,
come on.
Man.
But go ahead, tell your story. I'll review. Yeah. I'll go after you, but you go ahead. Because this is dope.
So, you know. And in the back of my mind is my refrigerator at my parents' house. Don't quit. You know what I mean? Ooh. So, and like I get a little emotional, and I could probably, you know what I mean, like because it has built who I am. The don't quit. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
But like my wife is at home struggling. You know what I mean? Like mentally, physically.
Everything.
You know what I mean? With this newborn baby.
Right.
I'm getting pictures of, you know, like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. You know what I mean? Because we all parents do that, right?
Right. Absolutely.
You know, and
shit, we'd have been doing them every day. They would have had every day back in the day.
Yeah, you know, so like it's the yin and the yang, right? Like the devil's pulling on my coattail, and here I am. You know what I mean? Like still trying to push forward. So, you know, we get through that point to where, you know, like this business is, like this building is now suitable to turn into a storefront, you know. And I bought that building, I think it was like in March, and then we did probably like 5 or 6 months of rehab. You know, I mean, when I say gutted, you know, electric, HVAC, everything. You know what I mean?
Redid that, yeah. You down to bare bones, man.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, like if it wasn't for my friends and family,
I'd have been,
people you know what I mean? Yeah, I'd have been stuck. You know,
all the people you mentioned.
I mean, you know,
these are people like they see you walking down the shirt, they'll give you the street, they give you the shirt off your back. Man.
Absolutely,
like, that's what these people are about.
Yeah, you know, and that's what a lot of us are about. You know what I mean?
I'm tell you,
we pick each other up.
We already know.
That's the one thing,
and it's something we like to.
That's the one I love because you're an example of like what y'all think about where we're from, bro. It's not it. Like for real, I'm not playing like.
And we know there's places that are similar. There's places that are similar,
but there's nothing like it.
That I can tell you.
Yeah. So so you know, so we get the business out of the house. It's crazy. You know, I got a full-time job at that point. Now I'm no longer in the city, so I'm working in a remote capacity. And then, you know, like dabble into the store a little bit more because I'm not gonna cut my nose, spite my face kind of thing.
Yeah. Better keep grinding.
Right, yeah, grinding. You know what I mean? So I'm head down grinding. You know what I mean? And then the store just picks up a little bit more, and then, you know, like here we are. So now let's fast forward 4 years. My son comes along, right? So my son was born in February. I get a letter from my employer, my full-time employer, that we're being furloughed. So
that was perfect timing. Is what that sounds like.
Well, not to me. You know what I mean?
Not at that time. No, not at that time.
No.
But looking back on it now,
it was great.
It was perfect.
You know
timing,
what I mean?
right?
Like, and you,
everything
you know,
happens for a reason.
Amen.
Oh, well, what was going on?
Bad or good?
Yeah. You know, God's timing, right? And
it is what it is.
And you know what I mean? Like you just think to yourself, like, damn, what is? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
why right now? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's COVID. It's this. It's that. You know what I mean? And here it is, like we don't have a contract, right?
Man, I just got punched in the gut.
Yeah,
Boom.
Yeah. So, again, don't quit. Comes back out when the going gets tough. The tough get going. You know.
Right.
Now, and those are, you know what I mean. Like those are the things that my dad just always instilled in me. Like, you know what I mean. Like when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Don't quit. You know what I mean. Like just keep fighting. So, you know, now I got punched. You know what I mean. The Mike Tyson thing. Everybody got a plan until you get punched in the face. Right?
Yeah.
So now, you know what I mean? Now,
the Rocky thing, be like, hey, yo.
Yeah.
It ain't about how hard you get hit.
Right. You know, yeah. So you know, I'm stung, right? And just, you know, things. So now I'm just doing phone repairs. So it's just all phone repair. You know, I got a buddy in New York who talks me into like, hey man, you got to do like some activations, you know. And I'm like, man, I don't know anything about that, you know. He's like, I'm telling you, like, let me help you out a little bit, blah blah blah. So he kind of like puts me under his wing, So like now I'm making, so I got the bricks done. Now I'm putting like, I'm starting up the foundation of the store,
built, yeah,
right?
The foundation's built. Now you adding that. You adding the accessory,
right,
windows,
right? So
right.
So we're building, we're building the house up, and then I add this on, and then I add that on, and then like now here I am. So I just started a new business, right? I'm at home on Instagram. Because that was when like Instagram was super popular when it first came out. I'm searching hashtags like hashtag phone repair. Oh, there's a guy in Michigan. What's he doing? You know what I mean? Hashtag Apple repair. Hashtag Samsung repair. So I'm just like the squirrel. Right? Yeah, you know what I mean?
Man, they say it about you're a big football guy.
Yeah.
The NFL. They say it about they're perfecting their craft. Like the best receivers are doing this. The best. You're perfecting your craft, my friend.
But I don't know that at the time.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like, I don't
We're just out here grabbing what you can grab.
But it goes back to the hard work, the discipline, the don't quits.
Yeah.
Right? Like, shit you just say, like, keep saying, man. Like, because you were given a whole bunch of money to start this up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. They threw you right in the pit.
Yeah, they shook the bag at
you.
You
cold. Yeah, you got this. Real
it's
shit.
all about what you do, man. Where you come from, what your story is, man. When you ain't got it, it changes, and you look what you've done, man.
Hey,
you gotta be proud of yourself.
This is for educational purposes only, but I got to tell you this. I want you to continue to tell the story about. Because this is what I would title this. How he's a bad motherfucker.
I want to hear this.
Yeah, keep telling me how you a bad motherfucker. Because, no, you a bad motherfucker.
Well, no, seriously, though, man. So, it's just, I'm building pieces to it, right?
Right.
And then a young lady who I'm very good close friends with her dad, she's in college, so she's studying IT. She wants like a little internship, so I bring her into the store, and I'm teaching her how like to repair and like about the business a little bit. And she goes like, "You got so many like different like parts of this, right?" And I'm like, "Well, because I don't know where the next dollar, I don't know where my money is coming from, right? I can't depend on you to break your phone, 5 times.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the activations. I'm doing, the repairs. I'm starting to grow into different things.
Right.
So fast forward to what it is today, where so Staples goes out of business 2 years ago in July.
Right.
In Bell Vernon, so they just cold turkey shut the doors. Right.
In our area, this ain't this big populated area. We ain't got something 3 minutes away every day. You know what I mean? So this is the stuff that this dude offers in this area.
So Staples goes out of business. They're our nearest Staples is what, Washington.
Hell
35 minutes
Washington
away.
Greensboro. It's damn near the same distance either direction.
Right.
But
So 6 and 1 half the other. So I'm thinking to myself like, what can I do to help the people? You know what I mean? Like from Staples. So. I mean, I obviously can't open up a Staples, right? But like there's people they offer UPS services, they offer print and copy services. So I talk with a friend, I go get a copier. So she has a copier from her old business, and I get the copier. She's like, try it, see if it works. If it works, we'll figure out a payment. You know what I mean? So I end up with this copier. I hunt down somehow the UPS people. So now, you know what I mean?
Hard work,
and
that's what it is.
That's the determination part.
That's
right.
Hard work. I mean, that combination.
So I hunt down UPS. I get the approval for them. So now I'm an authorized shipping outlet. I'm one of the only shipping outlets in this area, and I'm listening to these people. Like, I'm driving to Uniontown. I'm driving to Washington. I'm like, you can come right here. Right here in Menneson.
And what is everything you doing down at the store? Like what do you have, right, bro? Like you got cable and shit. He just started cracking. I mean, this is all legit, 100% great.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing. This is
business with a good guy. Business with a good guy.
You heard him say why did he do the why did he get the UPS and the copy? Because he wanted to help some people out.
Right. Tell the people exactly what the hell they can get.
Yeah, what can you get down at
I mean, we do phone activations, we do repair. We're a multi-carrier for AT&T prepaid, Verizon prepaid. Boost Mobile, Gen Mobile. We do school district repair, on school. So we have a couple contracts with some school districts. We do repair of Chromebooks, iPads, that kind of stuff.
So that's dope.
UPS shipping, copying. We have
can't miss him, y'all. Can't miss him.
Hey, and I promise you can probably still get you some tickets in the house. Maybe a Steelers game, but man, you call your boy Josh.
You know what they say? It's not your net worth; it's your network,
right? Yes, so, let's go. Yeah, he got them gems for y'all.
But so we offer an advertising service on the side of our building. So I invested in an LED billboard to help other businesses put their messages out, right?
Right. You might see up on the reel up on that thing one day. You might see it one day.
Yeah, it's going up.
Let's do it. Let's do it for real. Let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
For
sure. But here, there's another thing I want to touch on. You touched on. I just want to touch base with it. You said the reputation that Menneson has.
Yeah.
How has that helped? Yeah. How has that helped or hurt your business?
So that's the gift and the curse, right?
Right.
To get to Jay-Z, you know what I mean? Like I said, music's big. I'm big on music.
Yeah. Right.
But
I think we all know that.
Yeah. You know, right? As I pull up.
Yeah. Hell
this dude pulled up into my neighborhood, banging. What was it again? Oh, damn it! I forgot already.
It was a classic.
Oh, it was a classic.
All About the Benjamin.
Oh yeah, he said All About the Benjamin. He got this big Ford F-750 out there.
As you can see, he relates to his music.
You can't see who's riding up. You don't know if it's a drive-by or if it's just some people pulling up. Go ahead.
Just to tie that back to Johnny Mace, I do got a Never Been Normal sticker on my back window.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Now you got to get the tattoo.
I'm not a tattoo guy.
I'm a representative.
Johnny Mace, shout out.
I can relate. Never been normal. You know what I mean? Like I just so I'm not the tattoo person, but like when I saw that, I'm like, man, like that's
it's so fitting.
It rings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
it rings,
fitting,
right?
Bro.
So
it's so fitting.
Yeah, but I got that on the back of my truck.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right. But yeah,
but the gift and the curse. Yeah. So so my thing is in Menneson, if it's not me, then who? Right. That's that small town bringing that small town.
That's crazy.
Up,
you don't remember? I don't know if you remember that. That was in the. I believe that was in the locker room.
Yeah.
If not me, who? If not now, when?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yes. In our locker room.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. So
I love this job.
Hey, now mind you, so y'all know just a little bit. Like our stadium, it's called Memorial Stadium. This stadium is it used to be one of the dopest stadiums.
I still think it is.
It is still it's old school. It's got old school feel, but that was a sign hanging in our locker room. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I can't expect anybody to be there if I'm not willing to be there.
Right.
So as desolate as the town has been in the past, and I'll say has been,
right,
because I think we're on a I won't say like a rebirth, but we're re-identifying ourselves. Yes,
a little bit
we're moving forward, right?
And that's a great thing. It's a time thing, man. We know that.
Sure.
I mean, everybody wants change. Do it right now, especially now in the world we live in. It's like instant gratification. Oh my God! Oh shit! I can't see when somebody text me.
Right.
Everything's it, but it can't be, man. Some things, especially a town, and there's so much pride, man, and we see her so much from the administration of schools and football team this, and there's just so much, and social media I think brings a lot of that out. It
does,
too, of course, but there's a lot of negatives about it. But someone like you highlight the progressions in this city right now.
Yeah.
But it just takes time, man. It
does
take
take
time.
time.
People.
I mean, well,
and it takes people working together.
Your story in a nutshell is absolutely positively great, and I couldn't see it happening to a greater guy, because to me, this is no surprise to me.
Right.
Like, I watched this man hustle since he was young as hell. Like, you about gonna stop Josh Jerkovich from getting him $1.
We talk about before there's something.
Yeah, real shit. This is probably pre-teen.
This dude was a hustler. He was a worker, man. This dude, and it's a dude who, when he tells you something, you could, like, his word is his bond. Like, not only our words are born, but I mean, I'm not gonna speak for Curdy, but my credit sucks. Yeah. His words. Yeah. But no, for real, you know what I'm saying? Like his word, like if he tells you something, you can hang this shit up, man. Just call it. That's what it
right.
is.
How do you feel? And, you know, we love where we're from. How do you feel Monessen shaped you into the person that you are? The whole kettle. How do you feel like this place shaped you? Has it, and once again, hurt or help? You think you're a better person because of where you came from, or?
Definitely. You know, thinking back from being a young kid, you know, right. Growing up, like, you know, you guys are a couple of years older than I am.
Right.
You got your family who is older, you know, but like, so I've seen, you know, like, I've seen a lot, right? We all grew up where, you know, friends get locked up, things like that, you know. People give time to the systems, people
die, unfortunately, man.
You know, sure, like
sometimes you're young of an age.
You don't have a chance to age, right? You know, so like growing up in Monessen, it's just been, it prepares you for real world experience, you know, and it's totally weird how such a small town could do that.
Right.
I mean, I've been halfway around the world in my IT career prior to, you know, my entrepreneurship business.
But you came back.
Yeah, right? Well, you know, and like there's, you know, like my family's here, but my friends are here, you know, and it's just like somebody just recently traveled to Italy for the for like the golf match, you know what I mean?
Right.
And like they were like, man, glad to be back, you know. And I just put like, no matter where you go in the world, there's no place like home.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So and
for real, like when, you know, like there's just that, you know, like it's home. You know what I mean? And you're not, you know, you may leave, but you come back. You know, there's people that, you know, have successful careers all over the country.
Oh, without a doubt.
And, you know what I mean? And they tie right back in. You know, and
there's some who don't, but they still from a distance have a reach.
Right. Well, and
that is the best thing. Like that's one of the best things about we know people who have that reach.
That's one of the things I just got out of your story is that you went and stole. I'm gonna take this piece and this piece and this piece and this piece. Look what you created.
Right.
You understand? Like, and dude, you didn't go to school for this shit.
Right.
You went to school to be an IT tech. Look all this shit.
Look
all this shit. Right. Look all this shit. Look at all the shit you just done. Right. Look at your list now. I'm UPS. You can't miss it. He UPS Staples. His family would cook food downtown. You can't miss it. Shout out to Steel Plate.
We always do that damn, but
can't
miss it. That's a sister and brother-in-law. They 7 doors down. Not even. They might not even be 7 doors down.
Next block down. Next block over.
Yeah, that's, you know, and that's cool. You know, like to own a business
with your family,
right? You know what I mean?
Like next to your family, dude. That's dope.
My brother and sister are right, you know, literally right across the street,
dude.
They're holding their thing down. You know what I mean? I'm doing my thing. So, you know,
see how your dad's still here?
Yeah.
Just like you said,
and the best part is the matriculation of your family too, because dope, you know we always talk about that. But the whole matriculation of your family, you know, your brother, your sister, you know, a lot of people don't know.
Hold on, now you know. I told you I'm about family. Now there's somebody that we're not about to leave out. Mama Linda. How's she? You understand? Mama. You got to tell me.
You got to tell. I ride by and beep.
Right. What role did she play in your life? How did she, like, after your dad passed away, what were the things she did to make you jump back? Because I already know the strength of this lady. You understand?
Yeah. My mom, she's
Hey, you all do whatever here, bro. For real.
She's my anchor, man. You know, like, and I don't know that, like, you know, when I think about it, not to be like sexist or anything, but like, the woman's not supposed to be the anchor. You know what I mean? Like you know,
because that's how we grew up.
Right.
That's what we were.
You know,
the best thing is learning.
But like my mom, you know what I mean? My mom holds it down. You know, like when I said my wife was holding it down at the house with the baby, when I was building out the store, man, my mom, you know, she holds it down and holds it all the way together. You know, I mean,
she was maybe that glue that kept your marriage together.
Yeah, like just, I mean, she just does it all, and she does it without expecting anything, you know what I mean? And as a parent, you want way more for your kid. We're all parents, right? So we all got kids, but like your mom is always like, she's the elephant in the room, right? Like you always, she's there. She's strong and mighty. You know what I mean? Like just, she's like, she's the force. Now, is she hard-headed? Hell yeah, she's hard-headed.
That shit ain't going away.
Yeah, and like I try to tell her, like, Mom, like, let's get out of that house. I'm not going anywhere. You know what I mean? She still lives in the same house. For real. And like, the hood has evolved, right?
It has evolved. Hey, and they say it's dangerous. It could be dangerous around where your mom is, right. But everybody knows Miss T. Everybody knows Miss T.
You know what I mean? You have a house
2 houses
right
down,
there,
right?
Yeah. So but she's the anchor in her neighborhood now. So I mean, I really, when I go to talk about my mom, I really can't. I just, she's just the force, you know what I mean? She is,
Bro,
I just
hey,
can't explain.
You're just introducing her to the
right.
people.
I think they get it.
You
the
ain't
fact
telling
that,
me
Miss Linda, she's a badass woman.
Yes, she is.
She, she's raised these kids, and I say these kids, in the street,
yes,
just like my dad, so she doesn't directly, she doesn't directly get involved like my dad used to be involved, you know what I mean, like to the young,
but she always has a positive word.
But she's there.
Not only that, man, listen, it just shows like this episode has been great, man, because it just showed a dude who, you've talked about some of the things you've overcome and where you've gotten in your life and the foundation that was built by your mom and your father.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't.
And how it trickled down to you and
how it went to
your wife.
Sister. Yeah.
You understand.
Like how it went to your whole family. So this has been great for that, man, to show people that, like, it, once again, it does truly not matter where you come from, what, even some of the things you've done in your past. Right? Even which maybe your parents did or your siblings may have done, or your cousins or your auntie or your uncle, right? It doesn't matter, man. It goes back to the same thing. Don't judge a book by its cover. The dude, people might have thought he was trapping out of his house. Like it's shit like this.
But
great people.
Another thing to me, and I swear it was the highlight of the story is, and I hope that everybody else caught this, is the don't quit part.
Whew.
There was a million
things. Come on, man. He said it 100 times.
There was a million times where he literally could have just said, "All right, man. Hey, I got a problem. I'm having problems with my wife. I'm having problems with my kids. I can't do it. You understand? But no, I'm not going to quit." The snowball kept going for him.
Hey, because we live in reality.
For real.
We don't live in theory. It's a reality. Right. Shit happens in reality.
It might not happen like that for you.
Yeah,
you understand? It might not happen like that for
you.
But don't quit, though.
Don't quit. Work your ass off, man. Keep your word. Be a good person, man. I mean, this show, of course, like all shows we do, they're going to get long as hell, man. But
no, I don't care. I gotta say one more thing. Shout out to this man's wife.
Oh, absolutely,
sure.
Carly. Shout out,
dog.
And his kids, and the kids. Tell the kids hi, man. Say hi to him. You can show them later.
Right. What's up, guys? Bring them on the radio.
Yeah, he's on the radio. You don't get to watch him though, too.
Because to me, your mom, in that story, and you messed me. I know you. Yep. You messed me up because the strength in your family, and this is great. Mama Linda, you were fucking a shining light like hell. The people that grabbed you and pulled you through with the rope was not your father.
Sure.
You understand? No. Like
he might have pulled others.
Right.
Sure.
The women said, "Give me this one, give me that one. Bring your ass, John."
Yes, yeah.
Like for
and
real.
Honestly,
shout him out.
I wouldn't be able to do it. You know what I mean? Seriously, I wouldn't been able to do it without my wife, without my mom, my sister. You know what I mean? Like,
Nikki,
you know,
strong women. We was having a conversation. I'm not even getting that with you because that'll be an argument for an hour.
Shout out to Nikki too, man.
We was talking about women.
They cold.
We was talking about strong women before you got here.
Yeah,
remember that conversation we was having in the garage?
And it's like they're like a dying breed, bro. Man. Like for real.
It's crazy. But listen. So I wanted to talk about something before we got. I wanted to talk about the beginning of your show, though, man. I mean, I know you're a social media guy. You check stuff out, right? You're an NFL guy. Have you ever seen anything, Josh? Great story, by the way. I appreciate it. But have you ever seen anything like this shit right now? Travis Kelce, man. Travis Kelce, y'all. Everybody out there know what you're talking about. I mean, you got the Swifties. You got Travis Kelce. This dude, Travis Kelce, if you don't know, some of you might. This dude's an NFL tight end. Maybe the best tight end in the NFL. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
You guys agree?
For sure.
Yeah.
Maybe, right?
I can't argue.
Right?
He's in the top.
This dude's dating Taylor Swift, right? Yeah. Anybody know what's going on right now?
Yeah, the Swifties made him famous on type shit.
Famous type shit. My ass, bro. Did you know about this?
No, I didn't. I don't know.
In 3 weeks, Kansas City football ratings, people watching their TV is shot up.
Oh, for sure.
Like a crazy amount. He's gotten in 2 weeks. He's gotten over 300,000 new Instagram followers. His jersey, I think. We didn't check it.
No, it's definitely it's on the rise.
It's number one.
It's on the rise. It's close,
bro.
Yeah.
These Swifties they watch the Monday Night Football. That was like one of the highest Monday Night Football ratings. People watch. They're watching it shit just to see if they're doing over-unders now. Y'all know? They're doing over-unders on how many times they're going to show Taylor Swift.
Yeah, hey. That, the internet it's crazy, man. Like, it's... I mean, it's insane for real. Like, look at another one, Deion Sanders, right? You know what I mean? Like, what? I mean, he has changed the demographic of college football. Like,
do you think that's positive or negative? Do you think it's a positive way or a negative way? People's gonna have their opinions.
Doubt.
So I think it's a positive way, and I think it's a positive way because he's bringing more eyes to the young men that are on the field. You know what I mean? So he's putting these young men in positions to succeed even more, right? So, there's, like the any given Sunday kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. So the mentality of that, like, man, you might not be feeling your best,
right?
But man, I'm gonna go put on because I don't know who's gonna watch.
Well, I think the one thing Deion has, we might go a little long. I can kick my ass. So we would. I didn't expect to do this. Once again, see this shit happens all the time, Josh. This is how it works, bro. You can vouch for it.
Yeah.
But so the Deion, I think what Deion does, like, there's people that don't like it, of course, but. Hey, baby, if you ain't got haters, you ain't got shit. I promise you that. I'm going to need mine to come out eventually.
You're not going to be liked for everything, for sure.
You can't. But anyway, Deion he's taken, like, I personally believe Deion's a great dude. Yes, he loves his money, but he should because he's been great at everything.
Sure.
Since defensive back, he's arguably one of the best in the league, to ever play, one of the best. Baseball, a great baseball player, broadcaster, he was dude was great. He's taking his celebrity stuff and he is actually, I believe, using it for a good thing.
Sure.
I think it's I think what he's shaking that shit up, and you got coaches that can't stand it, but this was going to be a topic that we'll talk about. We were doing this with Mikey Blainfield a lot too. But I like digging into this though because that's he's using that for such a great thing. I love the way he's doing it. I hope other coaches catch on, but they will. But the fact is, nobody's going to be able to do it like Deion.
Exactly.
No one's going to be able to do it like him.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, like you had mentioned haters, you had mentioned this and that. Deion, Deion's a businessman, so, and anybody profit's not a bad thing.
Right. No,
so he's using his network again. He's using his status to just bring the bar up.
But he's doing great. Listen, he's getting paid $5.5 million this year. You know what he brought in already? I had the number. Like, I don't remember it exactly.
Tell him, educate.
Yeah.
Educational person. Yes, this might not be correct.
The number's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. Give it to us.
Hey, this might not be
Educational
correct.
purposes.
But it's like, it was like in ticket sales and everything else, it's like over $300 million.
Yeah.
He's getting paid 5.5, so I think he's being compensated probably not as much as he should be for what he's bringing in, but he doesn't care about that.
Right. Well, you got to understand, the man came from Jackson State. How much money did he generate for that university, which your HBCU?
Right. HBCU.
So no matter what, I feel like when you're talking about Deion Sanders, you're talking about somebody just like you guys that have a genuine heart.
Right.
When somebody has a genuine heart, it's hard for you to take advantage of them.
Right.
Because they're out there, they're just doing it out the goodness of my heart. So it's just like when you give money to somebody that's less fortunate,
homeless,
you don't care what they do with it. You know, people I ain't gonna go down. I don't care what you're doing with it. All I'm gonna do is bring my greatness to you, and hopefully it can make us all great. You understand? It's the same thing.
Make you feel a little better.
Yeah, for real. That's all it is. Like these people in Boulder, they've been getting their ass kicked for year in, year out.
Right.
They go in first day, beat TCU. Them people has a different feeling than they ever had in their life. Now this fucking volatile feeling that I had just turned into a celebratory situation, and I'm happy as hell. I think, like, if you don't want that enjoyment in your life, what do you want? And a lot of us got to stop doing that because what we do, we take shit like that for granted.
Yeah,
it could be something.
We got to get a better
for real.
It's just old shit, but you know, this has been a great one, man. This episode was dope, man. Guys, I really hope you get something from this, and I
know you got something from my man in the middle.
I hope you get some. I hope you got something.
Yeah, because
this,
wow,
that's what I mean.
He just showed you how to make a ball roll, man.
I mean, he told you. I mean, how you doing, man? It's a little hard work, right?
And it's better to be self-made, self-paid, boy.
right.
For real.
I'll be honest. Like, you know, the money. You know, everybody's there to make money. You know, what
you
I mean?
better
like,
be, man.
You need money to live, right?
You have to.
But I mean, like, from my journey, the time that I have been able to spend with my family, you know, like my store hours aren't good. You know what I mean? But like, and I know you want to wrap up because you like to keep it under, the hour. But
it's on.
Look, if we got something to say, brother, you better talk, Josh.
No, but, you know, like, because we kind of touched on that prior to starting. You know what I mean? But like, just the freedom that you have had, and when I say freedom, I'm not talking financial freedom, because trust me, my son drinks 3 gallons of milk a week.
Milk's like $32 a gallon now. He got $100 a week in just milk.
He got a bad habit. You know, but but like the freedom of being able to, you know, drop your kid off at school, pick your kid up if she's sick, you know, to run to, you know, a doctor's appointment during the day, you know, like those things, you know. So
if you break it down just real quick, that's finding what you want to prioritize in your life. That's what that's about.
It is. And you know,
money, we say this shit all the time. When we say money ain't everything for us, that don't mean that we hate money. It's the fact that just what's more important? I want to be able to. Maybe go to that game. Maybe go to my daughter's dance.
Yeah, that's real freedom.
Maybe go to my daughter's hoop game.
Yeah, I mean, you don't put a price tag on that.
No, you can't, man.
Times are never getting back.
That of course you see, and we want to show, especially with guests like you. But there's there's a lot of our guests who have that same just compassion. Like that's what's more. So we get it. Yeah, it ain't. We know it ain't about that money, man.
I mean,
it's not the financial freedom. It's that freedom to be there for your kids, man. Yeah. So you said it before, so they can be as easy. They can be better than we were.
Yeah, that's
most parents, you know, and most parents. That's what they want for their children is just to be better off than they were.
Sure.
You know, in a better position, and that's what you as a parent want to give your kids, them opportunities.
Right.
That's what that's about, bro.
Bad Mickey Ficky, bro.
Ain't no doubt, bro.
I can't even take it.
I appreciate it, man. I loved it, man. And definitely shout out to Mall Valley Phone Repair, guys. It's in Menneson. You see the number 724-344-6798. Look, see, I looked at that shit. I got it out.
Yeah.
Look, I got that commercial shit going on.
Don't call it 2 a.m.
Please don't call.
Hey, if you do, he ain't gonna get it anyway. Not no more, because now he got a new cell phone number.
He don't apologize. Hey, Carly, he don't apologize for 2004. He apologized for 2025.
That's right. Give me one to start with.
All right. Well, listen, guys. Hey, man, we definitely appreciate you. You guys watching the shows. Appreciate the follows, man. Check us out on TikTok and Instagram too. We got accounts over there too. We probably put some funnier clips on there that maybe you just missed. Who knows? But appreciate you guys. We will speak to you next week, baby.
Thanks, Josh.
Peace
Love
out,
y'all.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate y'all.
Yep.